We are pleased to begin our program today with an invocation given by His Grace Bishop Gevorg Saroyan, Dean of the Mother See of Holy Echmiadzin Gevorkian Theological Seminary and Rector of all religious educational institutions.
Եկեք միասին հայր մեր ասենք եւ ես հետո կարդամ վեհապարի օգնության գիրը ուղված ձեզ եւ այսօրվա առիթով։ Օրհնյալ Տեր մեր Հիսուս Քրիստոս ամեն, հայր մեր, որ հերկինս ես սուրբ եղիցի անուն քո, եկես արքայություն քո, եղիցին կամ քո, որպես հերկինս եւ երկրի, ըսած մեր անապազոր, դուր մեզ այսօր, Եվ թող մեզ սպարտիս մեր, որպես և մեկ թողունք մերոց պարտապանած, և մի տանիրըզ մեզի փորձություն, այլ փրկյազ մեզի չարը, զիքոյ արքայություն և զորություն և փառք հավիտյանս ամեն։ Մեծարգո Տիար Բրյուս Պողոսյան, Հայաստանի ամերիկյան համալսարանի նախագահ Երևան։ Հայաստանի ամերիկյան համալսարանի մեծարգո նախագահ Մայր աթոր Սուրբ Էջմիածնից հայրապետական մեր օրհնությունն ենք բերում ձեզ, Հայաստանի ամերիկյան համալսարանի ռեկտորատին, դասախոսական կազմին, սաներին ու շրջանավարտներին, 22-րդ ավարտական հանդիսավոր արարողության առիթով։ Մեր օրհնությունն ենք բերում բոլոր նրանց, ովքեր աջակցել են կրթական այս հաստատության կայացմանը եւ շարունակում են զորակցել համալսարանի առաքելությանը։ Ուրախությամբ ենք անդրադառնում, որ 2 տասնամյակներ առաջ Հայաստանի Հանրապետության եւ Միացյալ Նահանգների իշխանությունների, ինչպես եւ Հայկական բարեգործական ընդհանուր միության եւ Կալիֆոռնիայի համալսարանի համատեղ ջանքերով հիմնադրված Հայաստանի ամերիկյան համալսարանն այսօր արդեն Հայաստանի Հանրապետության բարձր գնահատանքը եւ վերստին մեր օրհնությունն ենք բերում ռեկտորատին եւ դասախոսական ողջ անձնակազմին, ովքեր ջանք ու եռանդ չեն խնայում իրենց փորձն ու գիտելիքները փոխանցելու ուսանողներին, զորացնելով նրանց իմացությունը եւ ծառայանվիրումի ոգին։ Աղոթում ենք, որ ամենակալ Աստված շնորհազարդի ձեզ եւ հանապազորդի ձեր բոլոր նախաձեռնությունները արձանագրելու նորանոր հաջողություններ։ Մեր հորդորն ենք բերում բոլոր ուսանողներին, քաջալերելով, որ անձանձիր լինեն ուսման մեջ եւ նախանձախնդիր հայրենի մեր երկրին ու ժողովրդին նվիրումով ծառայելու գործում։ Մեր սերն ու օրհնությունն ենք բերում կրթօջախի շրջանավարտներին, ովքեր կյանքի նոր փուլ են մտնում անբարած գիտելիքներով, հոգևոր արժեքներով եւ լուսավոր գալիքի իրենց տեսիլքները կյանքի կոչելու ազնիվ ձգտումներով։ Ի խորոց սրտի մեր աղոթքն է, որ Տերն իր հովանու ներքո պահի եւ պահպանի ձեզ, աջակից լինի ձեր հույսերի իրագործմանը եւ պարգևի քաջարող կյանքի բեղուն ու վաստակյալ տարիներ։ Շնորհք Տյարն մերո Հիսուսի Քրիստոսի եղիցիեն ձեզ եւ ընդամենեսյանը ամեն օրհնությամբ Գարեգին երկրորդ կաթողիկոս ամենայն հայոց։ Շնորհակալություն։
Honored guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 22nd commencement ceremony of the American University of Armenia. This is a special day of celebration for faculty, students, parents, and all the organizations and individuals who have worked toward the establishment and the development of this institution. The founding of the American University of Armenia in 1991 was a bold move that planned for the development of a new university during a difficult time in Armenia's history. The 1988 earthquake, the war for Nagorno-Karabakh, the breakdown of the Soviet Union, and the blockade of the country were all factors that played against the development of such a university. It was due to the vision, the hard work, and the sacrifice of many people that these factors were overcome and this university was founded. For this reason, every year at this point in the presentation, the President has highlighted the role of the founders of the university. This year, once again, we are very honored to have one of the founders of this university present at this commencement ceremony, who some 24 years ago came up with the idea of the American University of Armenia and pursued it to fruition. Professor Yuri Sarkisyan, please stand up and be recognized. We have two other members of the American University of Armenia Board of Trustees with us today, whose presence I would like to acknowledge. Dr. Ann Karagosian and Mr. Edward Avadisyan. Will our board members please stand up and be recognized? This year marks my 4th year as president of the American University of Armenia. I have followed in the footsteps of two leaders, Dr. Miran Agbabyan and Dr. Harutun Armenyan, who, as my predecessors, have dedicated themselves to the pursuit of academic excellence in Armenia and beyond. As I reflect on the last year, I am struck by our collective achievements. Today we celebrate all the successes of the class of 2014. Before I congratulate you on your academic achievements, I would like to thank you for your embrace of the incoming freshman class this year. The launch of the undergraduate program at AUA was a milestone in AUA's venerable history. Our incoming freshman class has doubled our student population, filling our hallways, as you know, with their energy. Our graduate students welcomed these new students. And for that, I would like to thank the graduate class of 2014 and 15 for your grace and your patience and your enthusiasm and your support for the unprecedented growth at AUA during this past year. Thank you so much. During my 4 years at AUA, this institution has continued the pursuit of academic excellence to provide educational opportunities for all who wish to pursue them, and to provide Armenia with graduates who will serve their country with knowledge and dignity. As my time at AUA winds down, I've been reflecting on my experience here on campus, and without a doubt, I have enjoyed every minute of my time at this great institution. I will carry with me the memories of working with my students, working with the faculty, working with the staff, and working with our administration. Your commitment to excellence, always, in all ways, is second to none. Your passion for this university is remarkable. It has been my great honor and great privilege to serve our students alongside of all of you. Thank you all very much. It is also important at this minute to express our gratitude to the other individuals and organizations that have made this dream of AUA a reality. The American University of Armenia is the product of a partnership between the Armenian government, the Armenian General Benevolent Union, and the University of California. AUA alumni, students, faculty, and staff owe a great deal to the generous support of the Armenian General Benevolent Union. The president of the AGBU in 1991, Mrs. Louise Simone, was instrumental in the founding of AUA, and she has continued to play a vital role as a member of our Board of Trustees, as has her successor, Mr. Berj Setrakian. A number of leaders of the AGBU are present here today, including Mr. Vasken Yakubian, AGBU Central Board member. Mr. Yakubian, please stand and be recognized. The University of California has supported AUA from the very beginning. AUA and the University of California are joined by an affiliation agreement that has brought the active participation of University of California officials at the highest levels of AUA. I am pleased now to introduce Dr. Ann Karagosian, member of the AUA Board of Trustees and former chair of the Academic Senate of the University of California, Los Angeles, who will read greetings to us from the University of California.
Thank you, President Boghossian. It is my very great honor and privilege to represent the University of California at this wonderful occasion in the life of the American University of Armenia. And as the grandchild of survivors of the Armenian genocide, it is a special joy and blessing for me to gaze into the faces of the future leaders of our beloved homeland. And now, hear the message from the President of the University of California. The Regents, officers, and faculties of the University of California send cordial greetings to the American University of Armenia on the occasion of its 22nd commencement ceremony. The University of California Community of Learning extends warmest congratulations to the graduates and their families on this joyous occasion, and all good wishes for success in the years ahead. Thank you.
From the very beginning, the government of Armenia, and specifically the Ministry of Education and Science, provided logistical and financial support for the establishment of AUA. Despite the significant political and economic challenges occurring in Armenia during the period 1989 to 1991, the ministry delivered its unwavering assistance, facilitating steps and removing hurdles, and continues to remain engaged with the university to the present day. The American University of Armenia continues to advance with the support of the Ministry of Education and Science of the Republic of Armenia. The ministry is represented here today by Deputy Minister of Education and Science, Ms. Karina Harutyunyan, who will convey greetings to us from the ministry.
Thank you, Mr. President, Board of Trustees, members of faculty, ladies and gentlemen, and above all, the graduating class of 2014. It is a great pleasure for me to welcome you all on behalf of the Ministry of Education and Science to the American University of Armenia 2014 graduation ceremony. It is a day for celebration indeed, and an occasion which gives us all an opportunity to pay tribute to the wealth of knowledge, talent, and great potential gathered here today. So let me first turn to the graduates. I do not know much about you, but you remind me of the person I was at my graduation, many, many years ago. I am happy and proud because among people who founded the American University of Armenia in those difficult times was also my father, Dr. Vili Harutyunyan. He was the first Minister of Higher Education and Science of the newly independent Armenia, and he too put a lot of effort into the establishment of AUA. When my father sadly died in 2000, Dr. Akbabian, the founding president of AUA and the president emeritus, said in my father's eulogy, "My personal recollections of Vili Harutyunyan are of the time he served as Minister of Higher Education and Science. One example that personally touched me was during the initial period of the establishment of the AUEA. I met him in his office and we reviewed the plans and programs of the university. He said he believed in the importance of having a new university with a Western outlook as an addition to the existing institutions of Armenia. The diploma that you are about to receive confirms that you are ready to take on the challenge. Tap into your own potential for leadership because the country desperately needs you. And that means having the courage to take risks and to fail as many times as it takes, along the way of your personal success and more importantly to the remaking of our country. So on behalf of the ministry, I would like again to congratulate you, to express my great admiration for today's graduates. Our thanks go to all AUEA staff, your teachers, your families, and your friends for giving the support that brought you to where you are today. And now all that remains for me to do is to wish you all bright, promising, and fulfilling futures. Thank you so much.
AUA has also received significant assistance from the government of the United States, represented here today by Chargé d'Affaires, Deputy Chief of Mission, Mr. Clark Price. Mr. Price, please stand and be recognized. The United States government's assistance has been provided to us through our partners in development, the United States Agency for International Development. Next, I would like to pay a special tribute to the exceptional dedication and commitment of the AUA faculty during the past year. In my role as president of AUA over 4 years, I have been very impressed at just how hard the faculty here works. In addition to their dedication to teaching and scholarship, they each serve on multiple committees. They represent the university in many capacities. They organize lectures and conferences. They publish papers in professional journals, and they are always there to help and advise the students when needed. Would our faculty please stand and be recognized? Graduates, it is safe to say that none of you would be here today, and none of you would have had the opportunity to study at this institution were it not for the hard work and the sacrifice of the people sitting toward the back of this auditorium today, namely your families, your parents, and your spouses. The success of your educational effort has depended on their continuous sacrifices. I'm now going to ask all the families to stand up, please, and I would like to ask all of our students to also stand and join me in recognizing their sacrifices. Խնդրում եմ մեր շրջանավարտների ծնողներին, ամուսիններին և կանանց ոտքի կանգնել։ Սիրելի ծնողներ և ամուսիններ, շատ շնորհակալ ենք այս 2 տարվա ընթացքում մեր ուսանողների նկատմամբ ձեր հոգադար աջակցության համար։ Վստահ ենք, որ առանց ձեր օգնության և զոհողությունների նրանք չէին կարողանա հաղթահարել Հայաստանի ամերիկյան համալսարանի ուսուցման դժվարին ծրագիրը։ Հարգելի ծնողներ, շրջանավարտների ամուսիններ և բարեկամներ, շնորհակալություն մեր ավարտական հանդիսությանը մասնակցության համար, ընդունեք մեր ջերմ շնորհավորանքները։ During the current academic year, the university has continued to receive the generous support of a number of individuals and organizations. Among them, I would like to mention the contributions of Mrs. Louise Simon, the Agopian Family Foundation, the Jack Manushan Estate, Mr. Girard Turpanjan, Zaven and Sonia Akyan, Mr. Edward Avedisian, Adam and Rita Kaplanyan, Judy Saryan, Dr. and Mrs. Nubaru Zunyan, Alice Navasarjan, Dr. Jack Kumjan, and Dr. and Mrs. Miran Agbabian, among many others. Their contributions have made it possible to develop a number of educational initiatives that would have really been impossible otherwise. In addition to its regular educational programs, the American University of Armenia strives to have a positive impact on Armenia and the Armenian people. Along these lines, AUA has been able to implement a number of initiatives over the past year. Your commencement program outlines the projects and the honors which have been significant to AUA and our role in Armenia over the past year. I'd like to touch upon some of these briefly. AUA launched the undergraduate bachelor's program in English and Communications, in Business, and in Computational Sciences this past year, the first time in the university's history, with an enrollment of 282 students, as well as a new master's program in economics. The Master of Laws program has begun preparations for a bilingual, practice-oriented, and peer-reviewed law periodical with the aim of promoting legal discourse and contributing to the development of legal thought and the legal system of Armenia. The AUA School of Public Health received the only seed grant awarded in Europe from Grand Challenges Canada, funded by the Government of Canada, to implement its project, Innovative Approach in Tuberculosis Care in Armenia, in close collaboration with the Ministry of Health and its National Tuberculosis Control Program. AUA Extension implemented English language training for the Republic of Armenia Police Department with funding from the U.S. Department of State, International Narcotics and Law Enforcement. AUA Extension also opened new classroom facilities this past year in Dilijan, Gyumri, and Stepanakert. AUA Extension offered a leadership class for Stepanakert youth participating in the summer camp organized by the Nagorno-Karabakh Republic's Ministry of Culture and Youth Affairs. AUA Extension launched a new program with the Republic of Armenia's Ministry of Defense with funding from the Armenian General Benevolent Union. The AUA College of Science and Engineering hosted the 22nd Annual International Conference on the Discrete Simulation of Fluid Dynamics with participants here from 17 different countries. AUA's Cryptography and Systems Security Laboratory conducted research projects with Samsung Ukraine's Research and Development Center. AUA's Industrial Engineering and Systems Management program spearheaded the ICOP project, an EU-funded Tempest program to promote remote engineering laboratory education. The AUA Agopian Center for the Environment hosted the second steering committee meeting of the EU-funded Black Sea Energy Efficiency Plan project, and organized a media event in cooperation with the Renewable Resources and Energy Efficiency Fund. Finally, AUA launched the Center for Responsible Mining, the first such center for the academic study of mining and its consequences in the country and in the region. Class of 2014, you are to be congratulated for your achievements in earning a graduate degree. We have already introduced many of those who made your education possible, including the university's faculty, founders, and donors, but there are others. The AUA staff deserve mention, from those who sweep the floors to those who maintain our facilities to those who plan the events, such as this very graduation. Other members of the Armenian government deserve mention for their vision in hosting this university in Armenia, for providing advice and support on many occasions, and for providing scholarship funds for many of you. Donors from all over Armenia and the Armenian diaspora deserve mention for understanding that tuition is only a small fraction of what it costs to educate you, and for providing the remainder. This list goes on and on. Ultimately, it is the entire infrastructure of your families, your communities, your country, and your nation that made it possible for you to be here today, wearing those robes and accepting the degrees that you will soon receive. Now, you may have thought that you were finished paying for your education, but before we go on, I'm here to tell you that that's not quite true, because even after you graduate, you will have a moral obligation to support and maintain that infrastructure that made your education possible, and you will carry that obligation for the rest of your lives. You owe it to the next generation of students. You owe it to the university, and you owe it to your country. Remember that the highest expression of your patriotism is your willingness to help your fellow citizens. This means that even as you just begin your careers, you should find ways to volunteer your time and your energy to help this country's public institutions grow and thrive. This is what we mean by active citizenship. Civic engagement is the glue that binds a country and its people together, and that makes the whole greater than simply the sum of its parts. AUA has always and will always endeavor to create active citizens in Armenia who will make a great difference, we hope, in the future of this country. At this point in my own life, I very much understand how bittersweet it may be to say farewell to this university for you. My advice to all of you is to keep in touch with your colleagues, keep in touch with your professors, become active in your alumni club, be a mentor to younger students. I myself plan to stay engaged in all of these ways. It is now time for our commencement addresses. This year, our commencement address in Armenian will be delivered by Dr. Yuri Sarkisyan, former rector of the State Engineering University of Armenia. Dr. Sarkisyan is a member of the AUA Board of Trustees and a professor in the Department of Mechanics and Machine Study at the State Engineering University of Armenia. Dr. Sarkisyan, it is truly my pleasure to ask you to take the podium.
Մեծարգո պարոն նախագահ, հանդիսության հարգարժան հյուրեր, սիրելի շրջանավարտներ, տիկնոջ եւ պարոնայք, վերջին անգամ այստեղ ես եղել եմ այս բեմում 6 տարի առաջ, երբ որ ողջունում էի շրջանավարտներին, իմ աչքին համալսարանը շատ է փոխվել են շրջանավարտները, փոխվել է նաեւ օրվա իմ ընկալումը երևի։ Նախ պետք է օրվա շնորհավորանքները ձեզ հաղորդեմ։ Իմ առաջին շնորհավորանքները օրվա հերոսներին, ձեզ 22-րդ շրջանավարտներ Հայաստանի ամերիկյան համալսարանին։ Շնորհավորում եմ ձեզ կրթական ծրագրի բոլոր խոչընդոտները հաջողությամբ հաղթահարելու եւ շատ սպասված մագիստրոսի աստիճանին արժանանալու կապակցությամբ։ Բայց միաժամանակ ուզում եմ շնորհավորել բոլորին, բոլոր նրանց, որոնք օգնել են ձեզ հասնելու այս բաղձալի օրվան, ձեր ծնողներին, ձեր ընկերներին, ձեր դասախոսներին, հատկապես կուզեի առանձնացնել ձեր ծնողներին, առանց որոնց հոգացության, կարելի ասել համբերատար նվիրվածության եւ զոհողությունների դժվար թե դուք այսօր այստեղ լինեիք։ Եվ իմ հատուկ շնորհավորանք այսօր ուզում եմ ուղղել դոկտոր Պողոսյանին, իր հրաժեշտի շրջանավարտության կապակցությամբ, որ դուք եք, եւ աստիճանաշնորհման վերջին արարողության կապակցությամբ։ Շատ մեծ ափսոսանքով պիտի նշեմ, որ ձեզ հետ նաև համալսարանը, ավելի շուտ համալսարանի ղեկը թողնում է նաև դոկտոր Պողոսյանը, իր շատ արգասապեր, շատ բեղմնավոր նախագահության 4 տարիներից հետո, Քարամյա շրջանից հետո։ Ես ուզում եմ օգտվել այս եզակի առիթից, երբ որ այստեղ են եւ համալսարանի շրջանավարտները, եւ դասախոսները, եւ համալսարանի բազմաթիվ բարեկամներ, եւ բոլորիս հետ ես կուզեի իմ շնորհակալության խորը զգացումը հայտնել դոկտոր Պողոսյանին, իր գերազանց ծառայության համար համալսարանին, իր շրջադարձային փոփոխությունների համար ձեռնարկած, որոնք համալսարանին բերեցին վերափոխված եւ լիարժեք երկաստիճան կրթական համակարգ, զարգացման նոր տեսլական ու հեռանկարներ եւ վերջապես հանրային բարձր կարելի ասել վարկանիշ։ Դուք այստեղ ստացել եք առաջնակարգ կրթություն, գլոբալ ստանդարտներով, գլոբալ աշխատաշուկայի պահանջներով, որը չի ճանաչում ոչ սահմաններ, ոչ էլ ազգություն։ Ընտրության իրավունքը ձերն է։ Դուք կարող եք տիրացնել ձեր կարողությունները ամենուր, որտեղ կուզեք, որ երկրում կուզեք, բայց մեր մեծագույն ցանկությունն է եւ համալսարանի հիմնադիրների եւ նաեւ համալսարանի, որ դուք Հայաստանում մնաք։ Օգտվեք ձեր ընկերների օրինակից, ձեր նախորդների ճնշող մեծամասնությունը 75% այժմ Հայաստանում է։ Դա հոյակապ օրինակ է, որով չի կարող պարծենալ Հայաստանի որևէ այլ համալսարան եւ նաեւ մեծագույն նվաճումն է Հայաստանի ամերիկյան համալսարանի, քանի որ նույնիսկ այսօրվա շատ սուղ դժվարին պայմաններում տնտեսական ճգնաժամ գործազրկություն ամերիկյան համալսարանի շրջանավարտները իրոք պահանջարկված են։ Մեր երկիրը այսօր կանգնած է բավականին դժվարին մարտահրավերների առջև, քաղաքական, տնտեսական, սոցիալական, եւ կարիք ունենք կարելի ասել անհետաձգելի փոփոխությունների։ Եվ մենք ակնկալում ենք, որ հենց դուք պետք է լինեք այս փոփոխությունների նախաձեռնողը եւ շարժիչը։ Եվ իմ վերջին պատգամը ձեզ՝ մի հանդուրժեք, մի հարմարվեք, եղեք համարձակ, եղեք միասին, եղեք միաբան։ Որպեսզի կարողանաք էական փոփոխություններ մտցնել իրավիճակում եւ կյանքի որակի մեջ, ձեր շրջապատում եւ ողջ Հայաստանում, որպեսզի կարողանաք ապրել ձեր նախընտրած կյանքը, ոչ թե ձեզ թելադրված։ Եվ կառուցեք այն Հայաստանը, որտեղից ոչ ոք չի ուզենա հեռանալ։
We are fortunate to have as our second speaker today Mr. Joseph Simityan, County Supervisor of Santa Clara County, District 5, California, and former Senator of California's 11th State Senate District, who will address you in English. Mr. Simityan has served as a local school board president, as mayor of Palo Alto, California, as a member of the California State Assembly, and as a member of the California State Senate, representing close to 1 million constituents in his Silicon Valley district. He is currently a county supervisor in Santa Clara County, During his tenure in the state Senate, Mr. Simityan was California's highest-ranking Armenian-American elected official in state government. Supervisor Simityan, it is my great pleasure to ask you to take the podium.
Thanks has been given to a great many individuals today, but I would like to ask you to join me in giving special thanks to the air conditioning mechanic who made today's event possible. I couldn't help but smile listening to Dr. Sarkisian because before I left the United States, I turned to my wife, Mary, and asked her for advice about the comments I would share today with you at commencement. Her only observation was that she had never heard anyone complain that an elected official spoke too briefly. I will keep that in mind, but I cannot promise to honor her suggestion. I did have a decision I had to make before I joined you today. And the decision was, to whom will I be speaking? Will it be the administration who was kind enough to invite me, the distinguished faculty who bear so much credit for your presence here today, your friends and your family who are here, the latecomers who are stuck in the second balcony all the way at the top? And I decided that the audience I really wanted to speak to was those of you who are graduates today. And so I'm pleased that you are right here front and center, that the one of you who ran out came back. And I begin with a question. The question is, look me right in the eye now, what happens next? You're seated today in your caps and your gowns. You're moments away from joining the educational elite of your country. You are obliged, at least for a moment or two, to listen to a middle-aged stranger in a suit who flew 7,000 miles to share some thoughts with you today. But after that, what? What role, if any, will you choose to play in the future of your young nation? I expect that the answer is different for each and every graduate. For some of you, the answer is probably a little. For some, not much. And for some, perhaps not at all. I can't blame you. I know most of you have worked hard to get here today. You made sacrifices, so did your families. I expect you think you deserve a little rest, some comfort, a bit of relaxation. And yet, and here, Dr. Sarkisian and I had a division of labor. He said he would not preach or exhort. Fair enough, that's my responsibility. Because I am here today to urge you and to exhort you to step up to the 21st century challenges of this still young nation. To lead your friends, your family, your neighbors, your countrymen to an ever better place. And I'm asking you to do this quite individually, because if you don't do it, it won't get done. So you have to choose. In the States, we have a saying, if you're not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem. And so let me be very clear. I am asking you to be part of the solution. I'm asking you to lead, because the nation, this nation, and the people in it deserve a future as bright as your own. A nation with free and fair elections that are transparent and democratic. a nation of fair markets that are open, free enterprise, equal opportunity. Someone has to lead and make these real. A nation of well-educated young men and women working side by side as equals. My wife asked me to make sure I included that in my remarks. Partners in their marriages, in homes where domestic violence has no place. A nation where every talented, hardworking adult can find a meaningful and rewarding job, and where a child can be just a child. Where public services are robust and poverty is banished. A nation where human rights are respected and ethnic minorities are included in the fabric of the society. In short, I'm asking you to lead a nation as great as the Armenian people who inhabit this special place. I really do believe that all of these aspirations are within reach if you will lead, if you will be part of the solution and not part of the problem, if you will sacrifice just a little of the rest and relaxation and comfort that I know you crave. And I want to be clear. When I ask that you lead, I'm not limiting myself or you to leadership in the field of politics and government. As educated young adults, your leadership is needed in every field of endeavor. Whatever you do, wherever you go, you can, if you will, be part of the solution. As a leader in business who creates jobs and pays taxes. As a leader in science who has that one original idea that improves the lives of others. As a leader in the world of arts and culture who gives us a more beautiful world. As a teacher who leads others to knowledge. Or as a parent who raises good children who then become the next generation of leaders. In all of these ways and more, you can be a part of the solution rather than part of the problem. You can lead in any endeavor. Now, some of you will, of course, hesitate, because if you lead, you might fail. Because to lead, you have to take risks. You choose a path, and you ask others to follow you. And where there are risks, there is fear of failure, which is understandable, but really quite foolish. I want you to think about this with me. We don't want to take risks, because if we take risks, we might fail. And if we fail, well, somehow we have this mistaken notion that our personal failures are individual and unique, and therefore a potential source of embarrassment or even shame. The fact of the matter is, very few of our failures are wholly original. You will discover, if you have not already, that most of your failures are really quite common, if not downright repetitious. Or it may be that we're afraid to risk failure because we feel certain that whenever we fail, vast crowds are watching, attentive to every detail of our failure. We're sure when we fail that the whole world is watching. And let me just give you some reassurance. This imaginary audience simply does not exist. They are too busy dealing with their own failures to be all that interested in yours. So please, put aside that fear of failure, because the failures in your future will teach you, they'll give you strength, they'll make you more resilient, they'll help you understand what you really value, and they'll help you empathize with the setbacks of others, all of which will make you a superior leader. Now, as you lead, let me ask that you listen, not talk, listen, because that's what real leaders do. In order to lead, they have to understand. And in order to understand, they have to listen. So listen to your friends, your family, your neighbors, and your countrymen, and profit from their wisdom. Let their wisdom become yours. None of us is as smart as all of us. Online, in the 21st century, we have a name for it. We call it crowdsourcing. And we think it's a modern phenomenon. But talented leaders have been listening and learning since time began. Whether it's within a family or across a nation, a shared sense of purpose, some sense of consensus, can only be developed by a leader who listens, a leader who demonstrates his respect and concern by listening, a leader who acquires not just knowledge, but wisdom by listening, a leader who includes others by listening, and in so doing multiplies his or her followers. A leader who remembers, as the American President Woodrow Wilson put it, that the ear of a leader must ring with the sound of the people. Now, I do not want to be misunderstood. I am not suggesting that you lift your finger to the wind and simply follow the prevailing breezes. There go the people, said the politician. I must follow them, for I am their leader. That is not what I mean by leadership. To lead is by definition to chart a new course, to share a new vision, to challenge the conventional thinking, to ask hard questions, to speak uncomfortable truths, to challenge our friends and our allies to do more and to be better. Of course, this is not always popular. Leaders are ahead of their times. They see the destination before others. And the friends, family, colleagues, and countrymen who will not or cannot see the destination are often skeptical at best and sometimes outright hostile. Now, I must tell you, and I say this as an elected official who has been through 10 elections over my years, to be popular, if that's what you care about, is no great challenge. It literally requires no effort at all on your part. If you say nothing and do nothing, little, if any, criticism will ever come your way. If you mimic the crowd and imitate the fashionable, tell people what they want to hear, often and loudly, you will be popular. Indeed, you may well advance in your career, but you will not be a leader. In my college days, we had a saying. It may be impolitic of me to share it, but the saying was this: if you copy out of one book, it's cheating. If you copy out of two books, it's research. Generations of students and scholars have rearranged the tired thinking of others, gotten good grades, won awards, and called it research. And it may be, but it is not intellectual leadership. Because real leadership entails not just the sacrifices of which I've spoken, and the willingness to risk failure, and the ability to listen. Real leadership requires a willingness to suffer the disapproval of those whose greatest comfort is in the status quo. As Dr. Sarkisian said, quoting George Bernard Shaw, all progress does depend on the unreasonable man. And so I'm here today to ask you to be the unreasonable man or unreasonable woman upon whom the progress of this nation depends. So, I must tell the graduates, because they can't see, I am looking at the faces of the family, and I can read their faces from here. They're saying, after all of this, you want our sons and our daughters to risk failure, to take risks, to make sacrifices, to be unpopular? And the answer is yes, because I can tell you it will bring you a joy and satisfaction that only leadership can provide. Take the first step. That's what it means to be a leader in any walk of life. So back to my question, what happens next? Well, it's up to you. Will you lead, or will you let others choose your path? Will you be part of the solution, or will you be part of the problem? My time with you today is almost up. Smiles all around for those of you who can't see. But you, graduates, I envy you, because your time is just beginning. So please, use it well, use it with purpose, and use it to lead. Thank you, and congratulations.
So I would now like to introduce Mr. Armen Karapetyan and the Kamertone Chamber Musical Ensemble, who will perform various selections as listed in your programs. I now have the honor of presenting a video message from United States Senator from Illinois, Mr. Richard Joseph Durbin. Senator Durbin was not able to attend today's ceremony, but he wished to pass along this message to you, the AUA class of 2014.
Hello, everyone. I'm Senator Dick Durbin. I'm sorry that I'm unable to be with you at this year's commencement ceremony. I'm really honored, though, that you allowed me to share a few words. During my visit to Armenia in 2012, I had the privilege of visiting your school. Your impressive facility is a lifeline for so many Armenians who want to broaden their education and connect with the larger world. AUA is a symbol of the best, offering a high-quality education in a safe and nurturing environment. These types of universities are scattered around the world, sometimes in places that are challenged, like Afghanistan and Egypt. But for a small investment, they help educate the next generation of leaders, bright, dedicated men and women, in societies where many times educational opportunities are narrow or limited. You all represent the next generation of leaders in Armenia, a country which you know has a long history and has overcome great adversity. I had a chance to meet with many in your wonderful country during my visit. Artists, journalists, entrepreneurs, filmmakers, students, and public servants alike. Each had a story to tell me. Over the years, you're going to face choices and challenges. They're going to test your limits and your boundaries. It will depend on your resilience and determination that has already gotten you so far to keep going. No matter what path you choose next in your life, I hope you'll take advantages of the opportunities you've been afforded in places like AUA to serve your country and your world as global citizens. While you've worked hard to come this far, you did so because you had helping hands, your families, friends, teachers, community members, mentors. You did so because those before you made sacrifices and investments. Now you have the opportunity to do the same, to help those who are part of your generation and the next generation, to continue building the legacy the AUA has helped to establish. Congratulations to each of you and to your families. It's my honor to be able just to share a few words today as you celebrate. I can't wait to visit AUA again soon and see you all reaching even higher. I wish you all the best of luck.
Այսօր փակում ենք մեր կյանքի այս բովանդակալից էջը, որ բացենք նոր էջ։ Արդեն այս շենքից դուրս, բայց լի այս համալսարանից ձեռք բերած հարուստ գիտելիքներով եւ նոր սպասումներով։ Հայ մեծանուն գրող Հովհաննես Թումանյանն ասել է. անհատներն են գործ ստեղծում, կերպարանք տալիս, ձև տալիս, ընթացք տալիս հասարակական կյանքին, որպես ապագա իրավաբաններ, գործարարներ, ուսուցիչներ, թարգմանիչներ, ճարտարագետներ, քաղաքագետներ եւ ծրագրավորողներ պետք է մեր ներդրումն ունենանք ի նպաստ Հայաստանի ինչպես մասնավոր, այնպես էլ հանրային ոլորտի առաջընթացին։ Մեր ներուժն ուղենք հասարակական կյանքի դրական զարգացումն ապահովելուն։ Թույլ տվեք եւս մեկ անգամ շնորհավորել Հայաստանի ամերիկյան համալսարանի 2014 թվականի շրջանավարտներին եւ շնորհակալություն հայտնել բոլոր նրանց, ում անմնացորդ նվիրման շնորհիվ կարողացել ենք հասնել այս բաղձալի նպատակին։ Շնորհակալություն Հայաստանի ամերիկյան համալսարան։
I believe that we are able to change our world for the better now, because AUA has supported us with the knowledge and the human values to create a brilliant future. We may fall sometimes, but after each fall, there is always a chance to get up and move forward, even stronger than before. I thank God for this great opportunity, and we thank you, AUA, for being our agent of change. We are proud to be members of this outstanding community. So congratulations to the class of 2014, and may we always have the strength and the will to keep going forward. Thank you.
I would like to thank both of these two students for their words of hope and inspiration, and for serving as examples of the kind of graduates that this university aspires to produce. The next phase in our program is the announcement of scholarships. Extending beyond the confines of AUA, the Turpanjan Family Educational Foundation and the Akyan Family Foundation scholarship programs help students at AUA and other Armenian universities to pursue undergraduate and graduate degrees. Thousands of students from Armenia, Artsakh, and Javakh have already benefited from this program. Mr. Girar Turpanjan and Mr. Zaven Akyan generously continue to increase the amount of scholarship funds, for which we are very grateful. The university's financial aid program continues to expand thanks to many generous individual and corporate contributions. As we move forward, I would like to state again our policy that no academically qualified student will ever be denied an education at AUA because of inability to pay tuition. AUA is a full need and need-blind institution of higher learning, placing its commitment to the accessibility of education in a very small category of U.S. institutions of higher education. I would like to thank all of our donors who provide scholarships in support of our students. Finally, it is time for one of our long-standing awards. The Varkes M. Balyan Merit Award was established to recognize best overall performance in our students. Each college nominates one continuing second-year student for this honor. A faculty committee then selects the winner. The nominees are seated in the auditorium and they learn of the recipient along with you. Nominees, please stand as your name is called and remain standing until all the names have been read. I would ask the audience to please hold their applause until all the names have been read, and you can applaud them all at the end. The Varkes M. Balyan Merit Award nominees this year are Diana Chobanyan, teaching English as a foreign language, Lilit Gyurjan, Business Administration, Narine Khachatrian, Industrial Engineering and Systems Management, Narine Lalafarian, Law, Gor Lazyan, Economics, Serine Sahakian, Public Health, Alan Nersa Shaduns, Political Science and International Affairs, Armen Zakarian, Computer and Information Science. Please let's applaud them all. Please join me in congratulating all of these Varkes M. Balyan Merit Award nominees for their excellence in scholarship and in service. All of them have distinguished themselves academically, professionally, and personally. All of them exemplify the type of student that we aspire to produce at AUA. This year's Varkes M. Balyan Merit Award winner is Narine Khachatrian. I would like to invite Narine to the podium to receive the award certificate. It is now time for the conferring of certificates and degrees. I will now call upon the program chairs or the deans to present their candidates for the conferral of degrees. Again, I would ask, please hold your applause until all the names have been read for each degree. I would like to introduce Dr. Irshad Madyarov, Program Chair of Teaching English as a Foreign Language, to present the candidates of the Master of Teaching English as a Foreign Language.
Will the recipients of the degree of Master of Teaching English as a Foreign Language please come forward?
I would like to introduce Dr. Shoshana Vakyan, Program Coordinator of the Certificate in Translation, to present the candidates for the Certificate in Translation. By the authority vested in me by the trustees and directors of the American University of Armenia, I confer upon you the Certificate in Translation with all the rights and privileges thereto.
You are the recipient of the certificate giving translation please come forward? Naira Mukherjee. Arevi Simonian. Narine Papian.
At this time, I would like to introduce Dr. Douglas Shumavon, Program Chair of Political Science and International Affairs, who will present the candidates for the degree of Master of Political Science and International Affairs.
For the candidates for the master's degree in political science and international affairs, please rise.
By the authority vested in me by the trustees and directors of the American University of Armenia, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Political Science and International Affairs with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
Will the recipients of the master's degree in political science and international affairs please come forward?
Anush Bardurian. Julia Sahakian. Datevik Simonian.
I would like to introduce Dr. David Blake, the Dean of the College of Business and Economics, to present the candidates for the Master of Business Administration degree.
Candidate for the Master of Business Administration degree, please rise. On behalf of the faculty of the College of Business and Economics, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the candidates for the degree Master of Business Administration.
By the authority vested in me by the trustees and directors of the American University of Armenia, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Business Administration with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
Will the recipients of the degree of Master of Business Administration please come forward?
Hovannes Azizyan. Adrine Timanyan.
This concludes our program. I would like to ask the audience to remain in their seats until all the officials, the students, and the faculty members have left the hall. I would like to add my words of praise to the 2014 graduates of the American University of Armenia and to their families. The university and your country have high expectations of you, as you have heard. We are confident that we will be very proud of your achievements. So, congratulations.